Morning light, quiet kitchen table, and I'm talking to you like we're sharing the same mug of coffee. I want to show you something simple and a little strange about how your mind works. Think of a lemon, not the picture. Listen for the word, lemon. Sour. Your tongue just moved, didn't it? A tiny twitch, maybe a bit of saliva. That's the first clue. The mouth prepares because the mind speaks. We think in words more than we realize, and those words nudge the body, the mood, the choices. If you've ever felt your heart race after telling yourself this is bad, you've met the quiet engine that drives your day. Language. The kettle clicks off behind me. I pour, and I'll keep going because life doesn't pause for self-discovery. Here's the easiest way to watch your own thinking. Don't chase thoughts. Catch phrases. Most thoughts are just recurring lines. Listen for the short ones, the ones that arrive without fanfare. I can't. This always happens. I never finish. They're not essays, just tags. And tags steer attention. Say the word danger and your eyes scan the room. Say deadline and your shoulders lift a little. If I whisper safe, your breath subtly drops into your belly. Words are handles you use to move your own nervous system. A text buzzes on the counter. It can wait. Let's run a tiny experiment together while the world keeps knocking. Think of something you've been avoiding. Don't say the whole story. Shrink it to 2 words. Scary presentation, messy room, awkward call. Feel what those 2 words do in your chest, your jaw, your stomach. Now change 1 word. Not presentation, rehearsal. Not messy, in progress. Not awkward, honest. Notice what shifts. Same situation, different verbal handle. If you felt even a small easing, that's not placebo. That's your body aligning to the label you chose. The mind hears the label and begins to behave as if it's true. I move to the desk, sit down, and flip the notebook open. The desk is where words usually become loud because labels compress reality. The brain likes compression. A complicated situation gets squashed into a single word, and then we live under that word. Overwhelmed is common. What is overwhelmed exactly? When I ask someone, they describe 7 unrelated tasks tied together by 1 word. It's not wrong to use the word, it's just unhelpful. A better move is to expand it. Name the parts. Overwhelmed becomes email replies, laundry, rent payment, resetting a password, finishing slide 3, calling NAMSA. Suddenly the monster is 6 mice. Words either bundle or sort. If your head feels heavy, check which job your words are doing. A neighbor starts drilling faintly through the wall. Ordinary pressure number 2. It's perfect because your brain loves to grab friction and attach a headline to it. Impossible to focus. Watch that phrase arrive and then test how sticky it is. Try swapping the headline to focus in short bursts. The drilling won't stop. Your label decides whether you can start. When the conditions aren't ideal, your words become the thermostat. If the room is loud, set quiet inside as the internal setting and act as if it's already true. Not in a magical sense, in a mechanical one. When your inner sentence says quiet inside, you naturally reach for the move that makes it real. You put in earphones, you focus for 2 minutes, you make the call. Self-talk isn't decoration, it's a control panel. People sometimes ask whether we think in pictures or words. Of course we use images. But the funny thing is that we orient to images with words. Imagine your front door. The image appears because you invoke the word front door. If I say locked or open, your image shifts a little. The words are like rail tracks, and the images ride on top. This is practical because it means you can lay new tracks quickly. You don't need to conquer your entire imagination. You can teach it with sentences. A calendar ping pops up on the laptop for a meeting you forgot you agreed to. 5 minutes. This is where words really matter because your first impulse is to label yourself. Unprepared, late, unprofessional. Those words spiral the body into threat. Try this instead. Next best move. That's the whole sentence. Next best move. You stand, you drink water, you write 3 bullets you want to cover, you join on time. Later, you'll adjust your system. For now, your words move you toward useful action. That's the power of thinking in words. Speed. A clear sentence can beat a complex mood. Let me show you 3 field techniques that I keep returning to without breaking this into chapters or making it sound like a seminar. First, name and locate. When a feeling flares, give it a tiny caption and a home in your body. Tight chest, racing head, hot face. Say it out loud if you can, quietly if you must. Something like tight chest is just you acknowledging the alert. The nervous system settles when it's seen. Second, test the verb. Words with weak verbs trap you. I am stuck is different from I feel stuck and different again from I'm pausing. Verb choice shapes the horizon. I am is a prison, I feel is weather, I'm doing is a door. Third, write one clean command, not a judgment, a command. Send the file, switch the laundry, ask for clarity. The command tells your muscles what to do. The mind relaxes when the mouth gives an executable. I glance at the phone again and flip it face down. I don't need more words from outside right now. I need better words inside. That's another point. The mind is porous, and other people's words colonize it. You carry headlines you didn't write. Lazy, difficult, behind, too much. If those are the slogans running your day, you will behave inside someone else's story. It's not about positivity, it's about authorship. Write your day's headlines on purpose. Short, boring, precise ones work best. 10:30, write paragraph. 11, send invoice. Noon, walk to shop. This isn't a to-do list, it's cognitive lane lines. You will glide between them more easily than you expect. Someone knocks and calls that a package is at the gate. I sign, drop the box by the door, and sit again. Do you notice how quickly the mind wants to say, I lost my flow? That sentence becomes a prophecy unless you replace it immediately. Back now is a good replacement. It's not poetic, it's a lever. Here's the quiet truth. We're not trying to build grand language, we're trying to build accurate language. The mind respects accuracy. If you tell it the truth in small sentences, back now, next line, one call, it will cooperate. If you threaten it with global pronouncements, I never get anything done, it rebels or collapses. There's a common objection here, but what if my words lie? What if I say I'm calm when I'm not? Don't lie. Use words to direct, not to deny. Instead of calm, try calming. A verb with ing invites your body to join you. Calming is an action underway, and you can make it true by breathing out longer than you breathe in, by dropping your shoulders, by looking at one fixed point for 5 seconds. The word points, the body follows. If a word does not help your body move or soften, pick a different one. Your test is not whether it sounds impressive. Your test is whether it helps you do the next small thing. By the way, this applies to memory and learning too. When you slap the label hard on a task, impossible, boring, you teach your brain to skip building pathways. Relabeling doesn't make it easy, it makes it approachable. Hard becomes learnable in parts. Boring becomes 10-minute sprint. Tedious becomes practice. These replacements are not affirmations, they're instructions. I look at the window. A gust presses the curtain inward, and the room feels a degree cooler. That small physical detail matters because thinking in words is not just about what happens behind your eyes. It's about how you tie words to sensations out here. If you name what is present, cool air, firm chair, pen in hand, you collect the mind from its time travel. The present is not a magic cure, but it is the only place where verbs can occur. You can't send the file yesterday. You can only send it now. Words that anchor you to now stop your system from leaking energy into places you can't act. Let's rewind to the lemon for a second and push it one step further. Think of a bigger word, a heavier one, failure. Don't stay there, but notice how your body reacted. Shoulders, eyes, breath. Now swap it with a more precise phrase, failed attempt on Tuesday. Look what that precision does. It shrinks the horizon of doom from forever to one afternoon. Precision is compassion. The more precise your words, the kinder they are. Not because they flatter you, but because they remove the fog. The brain can't navigate fog, it can navigate streets with names. Another small pressure shows up. A notification nags about low laptop battery. Power cable goes in, problem solved in 2 seconds. Language can work like that too. I can't write becomes I can write the opening line. You plug one sentence into the problem and the system lights back up. Notice I didn't say affirm I am a brilliant writer. That's not a cable, that's a poster. Posters don't power machines. Cables do. There's one more practical move I want you to see because it's simple and it works on both thoughts and feelings. It's a 2-column scratch pad you can do on any piece of paper. Left side, the raw line that showed up. Right side, the line you'll use. Left, I'm behind. Right, I'm sequencing. Left, she hates my idea. Right, I'll ask for one improvement. Left, I always procrastinate. Right, I start messy for 2 minutes. Don't seek perfect wording, seek actionable wording. Then read the right column aloud once. The act of speaking recruits more of your brain. If you're in public, whisper. The crucial part is to hear your own voice issue the instruction. You'll feel silly the first few times. You'll also move. A short, quiet beat now. I let the room settle and the words go silent for a breath. It's good to notice the space without narration. When the mouth stops, the mind rests. Give it 3 seconds. 1 breath in, longer breath out. Notice that falling feeling at the end of the exhale. That's your nervous system agreeing with you. The final piece is proof by action. If words shape thought and thought steers action, then the cleanest way to end a lesson on thinking in words is to pick one sentence that matters and let it carry you to a visible result. I turn the notebook to a fresh page and write 5 words. Send the overdue invoice now. I say it once, just loud enough to hear it. I open the email, attach the file, type the subject exactly as the sentence says, and hit send.